Thanks for joining us today on Spectrum 360. I'm Lisa Khoury.
And I'm Aaron Mansfield. Welcome to our final episode of the 2013-2014 academic year.
Springfest was Friday, and it was quite different from usual. Country stars headlined the event. Aaron was there with the Spectrum's Joe Konze, and they recapped how Citizen Cope, Gloriana, and the band Perry performed.
Here with Joe Konze Jr. for the Spectrum, I'm Aaron Mansfield at Springfest 2014. Felt a little bit more like Winterfest out here with the weather extremely cold today. As you can see, some fireworks going on behind us. There were plenty of fireworks in the act tonight too, headlined by the band Perry and Gloriana. There were 4 performers in total. Joe, what were some of your primary takeaways?
Gloriana and the band Perry were a great duo tonight. Strong set by both bands. Gloriana interchanging between the 3 musicians on the stage, but the band Perry, the way that they captivated the crowd, brought them into their home there on stage and had them sing the lyrics of If I Die Young back at them was just a great scene for those who attended tonight.
Band Perry also mixed it up a little bit, went from Amazing Grace to a cover of Timber. You can see all of our coverage from today's exciting event in Monday's coverage of the Spectrum. Reporting with Joe Konze Jr., I'm Aaron Mansfield.
Many students, including me, weren't very thrilled when they heard about the Springfest lineup, but I thought the performers were excellent. I was very wrong.
I thought so too. I was definitely pleasantly surprised.
In other news, UB Students for Life held an anti-abortion event Monday and Tuesday for the 2nd year in a row. Of course, it again stirred debate on campus. Our Madelaine Britt is in the student union with more.
On Monday and Tuesday, UB Students for Life brought back an anti-abortion display for the 2nd year in a row. The event quickly sparked debate among students from both sides of the issue.
We love babies, yes we do! We love babies, how about you? We love babies, yes we do! We love babies, how about you?
Pictures of aborted fetuses towered over students entering and exiting the student union, and pamphlets about human rights circulated through the crowd. The Students for Life asked the Center for Bioethical Reform to bring the display to support its anti-abortion stance. Matt Ramsey, the president of Students for Life, said the display was intended to invite insightful conversation.
We wanted to bring it back to show that we do and will continue for all students to have the freedom of speech, unlike what happened last year. And abortion is still legal, so obviously we want to continue to reach those and continue to try to change hearts and minds.
Students, like Emma Free, didn't think the display was appropriate. She said she and others were outside all morning Monday to counter-protest in support of abortion rights.
This is disrupting the learning environment at UB. It's not just the shocking images and the propaganda, but it really does not have a place here. Free speech is important, but this isn't free speech. This is just disruptive and disrespectful to those who have had abortions, who have been raped.
Lily Alice associates herself with the anti-abortion side of the issue, but felt the display went too far.
It's important for the students who do believe in pro-life to have their opinions heard. I think that's very important. I think regardless of your beliefs, this is not a good way to do that. I think this will scare people away more than have them listen. Personally, I would say I am a bit more pro-life. However, this makes me ashamed to be pro-life.
Some students sarcastically protested Crystal Pepsi and insanity. Their satirical complaints were intended to illuminate what they felt was inappropriate expression.
It's a little like you see how it's making all of our students feel a little insane. But, we all have opinions, but I think this is a little bit much.
There's got to be a better way to have people support.
Gotta be a better way.
Ramsey said discussion is important in the debate, and he said he made sure his club treated people with opposing viewpoints with respect.
It really matters about how you treat the people. The 2 things we say is they're going to remember the pictures and how they would treat it when they come here. So how we come off as individuals, as pro-lifers and as pro-choicers means a lot to how they will remember the experience of discussing abortion.
For Spectrum 360, I'm Madelaine Britt.
Thanks, Madelaine. There's a small group on campus making a big difference in the lives of dozens of widows and orphans in Afghanistan. Some of the members have been refugees. Others have lost family members or been separated from them, and because of their past, they're determined to do everything they can to help. Zubair Tribzada was 14 when he left Afghanistan. He came to Buffalo for a year through a student exchange program. But while he was away, his mother passed unexpectedly. Amina, his mother, was known for her generosity. The wife of a big politician, she helped dozens of widows and orphans around their home in Kabul, Afghanistan's capital. A few years after her death, Zubair returned to Buffalo. As he studied at UB, he was determined to do what his mother did, help the less fortunate in Afghanistan. so he created the Amina Foundation.
We're trying to focus on helping the widows and orphans of Afghanistan. Because of the decades of war in Afghanistan, it has left many men, women, and children with just catastrophic deaths.
In November, Zubair teamed up with other students he met at UB. Each from the Middle East, they have their own reasons why they wanted to join the foundation.
I was raised by a single mother, and the whole foundation, or the whole purpose of Amina Foundation, is to help widows and orphans. So our main target is really women in Afghanistan who have children but no man to support the family.
For Sara Hussein, being a refugee fuels her passion for the cause. Sara and her family left Afghanistan when she was only 5 years old. They were going on vacation, and while they were away, the Taliban took over. She has never returned to her home.
We just planned to go for 2 weeks vacation with family to Uzbekistan. It's in Central Asia. And I find out through Durgam that Zubair is working on the Amina Foundation. And I was like, oh, I want to help too, because that's my future goal, actually help being like medically, So I was like, my plan was like to become a physician assistant and, go back and help. But then I don't have to wait, till I become a physician assistant. I can do it right now, All you gotta do is just a teamwork and, have that passion of helping. And I found those people with me, so we united and we're working on this project.
Twice per week, Zubair's brothers in Afghanistan provide $100 worth of food to a widow and her children. Just as their mother did in Afghanistan and Pakistan, where they fled during the Civil War, Zubair's brothers give oil, rice, beans, potatoes, and other cooking supplies. The Amina Foundation has applied to be a student association club, and in the future they hope to be a not-for-profit organization in New York State. You can check out the full story and video on UBSpectrum.com.
Well, that wraps up our last news segment of the year for Spectrum 360. We'd like to thank everyone for watching and bearing with us as we've learned together on this project.
We started Spectrum 360 this year, and we'd like to urge all students to continue watching next year and staying informed as the program continues to improve. Though Aaron and I are graduating and will not be back, we'll be the two most loyal viewers.
We're publishing the Spectrum's last 3 issues of the semester on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. There are a whole bunch of great stories coming up in our home stretch at the newspaper. It's been a true pleasure being with you these past 4 years, and for the final time, thank you for joining us.